and getting it out there. Marketing is not the time to be shy. We can be humble, yes, but it's also an opportunity for us to showcase ourselves. So I just want to share some strategies today about what you can implement in your business, whether you're just starting out or whether you have been in business for some time. These are strategies that you can implement. And even though I'm celebrating 5 years, these are things I always go back to the basics, right, with my business to make sure that I'm hitting these things and staying on point with it. So basically, what is marketing? There are so many definitions. If you were to Google it, you would find that people have so many different things to say about marketing, whether it is out there for a profit, connecting with other people, sharing who you are, bringing sales into your business. There's so many different terms for marketing. My favorite has to do with, and if you see me looking down, it's because I just made some notes so I don't forget anything important to share with you guys. My favorite quote is definition of marketing is where it focuses on creating and developing a really good communication plan between yourself and your potential customers, current customers and clients, with the purpose of educating them, with the purpose of informing them, with the purpose of providing knowledge, and most importantly, with the purpose of developing a relationship. The basis of marketing for me is relationship building, and any type of content that you create for your marketing, it should always be based on, is this going to develop a relationship with the crowd or with the audience that I'm trying to reach, right? And the reason why this is important, the reason why it's important to develop a relationship is, one, it develops a level of trust. It develops trust between you and your audience, you and your clients. It also keeps your current clients and customers. They say it is more expensive to attract a new client than it is to keep a current client or customer. So we always want to make sure that our marketing also targets our current customers, our current clients, because we definitely want to keep them. It's also another way to attract new clients and bring new people into your business. Once they see your message there and they know what you're about, as well as they can get referrals from your current clients, it brings more business to you. And it also establishes your place within the industry. And that takes some time, but just because you start off the first year or the second year, you might feel like nobody knows who I am. What am I doing? Is this a hobby? But as you constantly market and get your message out there, you start to develop yourself and develop your place in the industry. So when someone reaches out to you, they know who you are and what your business is about. So I just want to share these 5 simple strategies. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask, leave a comment, and I will always get back to it or just answer to the best of my ability. Okay. Now, the first things first marketing strategy, which I love and is dear to my heart, is that of social media. Social media is key in any type of marketing plan that you have. Whether you are now starting off and you cannot yet hire a social media manager, it is very important to still set up your own social media channels, your own business page, business groups. And the reason why this is important is because it allows you to build awareness and it boosts your visibility among potential customers. So you want to definitely, so if you're now thinking about, I don't have any type of money to run ads in newspaper, I don't have any money, like I have a small network, how am I going to let people know that I have a business? Get on social media, whether it's Pinterest, whether it's Instagram, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook, whether it's TikTok, that a lot of people are doing today. You want to find out which one you're more comfortable learning, which one you're more comfortable with, and you get on there. I do not recommend getting on all social media platforms. Okay. I always say start off with 1 to 3 platforms to start off. That's my personal recommendation, only because it allows you to develop your messages on those platforms, get a sense of who you are, get a sense of, who your audience is, how your messages are coming out, and really establishing yourself on there before going on to other different platforms. So you identify which platform works for you, and you start building out your message on there. And the reason why social media is good is because it's very low cost and it's very affordable. So if you decide that you want to do advertising, print, newspaper, television, even though not a lot of people are watching TV, not a lot of people are reading newspapers and so forth, it's still very expensive to advertise through these mediums. So social media provides you may, especially to get especially if you want to build your awareness and build your brand, and you want to get a very good return. You want to get your social media, you want to invest on there. You want to spend, maybe it's $10 a day or $5 a day boosting your posts or developing ads through Facebook Manager or Instagram. It's still going to pay off a lot more, and it is a good investment. And you can always work with someone to figure out how to do it. Facebook offers great tutorials in teaching you how to do it yourself, and it's a really good investment, as opposed to thinking you have to go on the radio or on the newspaper to promote your business. It also showcases your authority in your industry. So when you have a social media channel, when you have a social media page, you get to be the authority. Remember, when people are investing either in your product or your service, they're investing in you. They're investing in their trust in you. They want to know that, wow, she is giving me so much information on these platforms. I can go to her because I feel like I am going to get the answers that I'm looking for. And you get to showcase that on your social media platforms, developing your marketing message, developing the message that you're trying to get there to your clients. You get to put that out there on your social media channels. And then one of the tips that I would say, it's always in any social media channel, any social media post and content that you're creating, ask yourself this question: what value am I providing to my audience? When I create this post, when I write this information, what is my clients getting out of this, right? It's so important to do that, because you have to ensure that you're not just writing content. So say, for instance, you have a clothing company, and yes, it's great to showcase the clothing that you have. It's great to showcase things that are on sale. Someone would be interested in buying it, but it's also important to share content that might let someone know what's going on in the fashion industry, or let someone know what the new trends are that's coming out, what your predictions are. So they're getting value. They're feeling, wow, I'm getting a product, I'm getting a service, but I'm also learning so much from these channels, from this person. Okay, which leads me into my second point. Another strategy is developing videos and tutorials. Videos are very important, and it does take us some time to get accustomed being on camera. It's something that takes a lot of practice. It's something that, we have to feel comfortable doing, but it is a necessity in today's world, especially with the situation that's taking place in the world today, where people cannot connect with us face to face and get to feel our personalities and get to understand who we are. Videos are very important because you reach a wider audience. Your audience gets to understand you. They get to understand your personality. Is she relaxed? Does she like to joke? Is she, basically who you are, right? Your personality shines forth in videos, and it allows you to build a connection with your audience. Now, some people are way more comfortable being formal, and if that works for you, you get up there and be formal in your video. You, in a formal setting, put on a suit and tie and be who you are. That's authentic to you. Some people might find that they do videos better out in nature. Well, not right now, unless you're 6 feet away, and practicing social distancing. But if you're out there if you're more comfortable recording your videos out in the open where you are your true self, then you do your videos there, right? The videos don't have to be very long. Sometimes it might be long and you can let someone know what they're in store for, but just to get accustomed and getting your message and getting your personality there, you can record a video that's a minute long, 2 minutes long, just even if it's to share one little tidbit. Again, going back to value, even if it's to share one tidbit or piece of valuable information, you want to make sure that you're consistently putting videos out there, maybe 2 or 3 times for a week. Figure out what consistent is for you and get it out there to your clients. So you want to mix up your content, whether it's blog or articles, you want to mix it up with video. I always recommend getting at least 2 to 3 videos out every week minimum to your client with your message. Another ways with the videos is that you can actually do tutorials in your videos. And doing tutorials, again, is providing value. It lets your clients know that they get to understand your personality. They can see how easy you flow. And then they're able to connect with you when you're teaching them. And seeing you online, seeing you in the flesh, I would say more or less, allows you to really connect and share your knowledge with them, right? And again, it goes back to, it establishes a connection and it builds a trust. And I'm speaking from experience. I love when I can see someone's face and their videos and what they're teaching. It keeps me captivated and I get to learn a lot more from that. And I can gauge who they are as a person from their videos, which is very, very important to me. Question from Samantha. Do you suggest using the video you create to be broken down and used for other posts across social media? Yes, definitely. The good thing about content and marketing is you can always recycle it across all platforms. You may use your video in one platform, whether it's in email or whether it's on Instagram, but you can either share it another time on Facebook. You can share it at the same time on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You can recycle your video content and you can break it down. Now, if it's a longer video, you can just take a nice little snippet and that had something very, very good and very informative and share that. Case in point, I would like to use Kim as an example, right? When Kim does these Author to Authority podcasts, which are like around 35 minutes long or more, it's full of so much value. But Kim takes these little snippets from what someone says that's so poignant and so informative and creates a little snapshot there to be sent across through your different social media channels. And I think that is what, to answer your question, Samantha, I hope that answered your question. But to that point, you can use that in different areas and use it across different channels, especially if you want to draw back that person to that piece of content at a later time. Again, we want to reuse content. It doesn't always have to be original. We want to recycle content here and there because sometimes a person would not get what you're saying the first time around, but the third or fourth time they see it, it's going to click. They're going to be like, wow, I get it. I need to respond to this now. Okay. The third point strategy is LinkedIn. And this is my favorite. I love LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is by far the best platform out there, especially for professionals. If you're interested in building your business, if you're interested in really building your brand and getting people to know who you are, you have to be on LinkedIn. You have to be on LinkedIn and you have to know how to use it effectively. And you have to really put yourself and your content out there. Okay. So the first things first with LinkedIn is that, again, as I said, it builds brand awareness. One of my tips for LinkedIn is your headline. That headline piece that you would see a lot of people have their titles on there. I always say, don't go with the title. You go with what you're good at, what you want people to know you for. So when they look at your profile, from your title, they can tell who you're trying to help and what you're about. Not everyone, we're living a very, very busy society. our attention spans have decreased over the years, and we have to be able to capture someone's attention from the get-go. So your headline has to state what it is that you're about, who you serve, who you're trying to help. So they can look at it and be like, wow, yes, this is the person that I need. And like, I have some examples here, right? So as I said, it should indicate what you want people to know about you. So for example, I help business owners target their key audience. So someone would be like, well, what is that about? You know, or somebody is actually looking to help to figure out who their target audience is, and they'd be like, wow, so this person does this, let me message them. Or someone might have a question because they're not sure, and they'll reach out to you, as opposed to using a title that it doesn't draw their attention in. Or if you're a real estate agent, I help people find their dream homes. So what do you help people with? How do you connect? Like, who is looking for you, right? So for instance, I help people, build and manage social media platforms, but I also have my other aspects of my business that I do that is on there. And as a result, people reach out to me, people get in contact with me because this is what they need help with. And they didn't have to go through my entire profile and list my experiences to figure out, just from that first grab, because you see it all over LinkedIn, they know, okay, this person can help me, I need to reach out to her. Which goes into my other point of LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a platform that really lets you thrive on originality. And once you're providing value, the algorithm make sure that your content is always highlighted, and you're able to build your visibility and build your brand on there, and build your level of expertise so people know that you're an expert on this. So one of the tips for LinkedIn that I would say is, one, you make sure that you have a good profile picture. You make sure that you identify what heading you want to use on that. And you have to start to really interact with people on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is, you scratch my back, LinkedIn will scratch your back. And what that means is that you go on posts that speak to you, that you have something of value to add to it, and you comment on there, you interact with people, you engage with people, build relationships with people. It's a relationship building platform for professionals. So you engage with people, you interact with their comment, and not just say, hey, I like this, great post. No, you take something from it and you leave something of value from there. And as you start to do that consistently, you would see people reaching out to connect with you. Then from there, you start sharing your own post as from a valuable post. So depending on what your industry is, you create content that are going to give people a little nugget of something that can add to them, that can help them, that can provide value to them. And then as you do that, the same people that you're engaging with, they're going to start engaging on your posts. And once more engagement increases, their algorithm is designed to keep getting you visible and keep getting your content visible. And as your content becomes more visible and as you get more engagement, people get to know more about who you are. Again, you're established as someone who knows what they're about in their industry. Okay, I hope so far everything is good so far. Okay, 2 more points to go. The next one is, which is really tying into everything that we've been seeing so far, is identifying your personal brand. And I know a few of us was talking about it. Samantha had some really good points about it, in identifying your ideal client, but also identifying what your personal brand is. And the best way that I would explain this is that before you can attract your clients into your business, you have to first understand who you are, what your brand is about, and who you're trying to connect with. So are you someone, so do you prefer work, are you, firstly, like for instance me, I am very laid back, I am not formal at all, and you would find that I would not gel well with clients who need to see someone that is super strict or super serious and super formal. It's just not going to work. And because I have identified that, I understand who my client is and who works with me, who I would work well with, and vice versa. So understanding your personal brand lets you determine who your ideal client is as well. So from there, you're going to say like, okay, so this is who I am. This is what I want people to get when they connect with me. Do you want people to get that you are serious, which is fine, because some people, if you're serious, if you're very businesslike, if you're extremely professional, because some people are seeking that out. And if that's you, those are the clients that you want. Or are you someone that is more laid back, that you want to connect with people who are a little more laid back, that you can help serve their purpose, right? So and you do that through trial and error again, but it also takes some time to sit down and figure out your personality, what you want to show forth in your business. And I would say by doing that, you want to make a list of your ideal client, make a list of what they would possess. Say there's my ideal client would be someone who's this age, with this type of personality, who has this type of business, who is looking for this. And then once you decide that that's your ideal client, then you start building your brand around that. You want to make sure that your content that you create goes towards that ideal client, and it also reflects your personality. Okay. And think about what makes you most happiest in your business. Again, we're building businesses because, yes, we want to make more money. Yes, we want more flexibility, but we also want to be happy. And one of the things that's necessary is that we have to understand what makes us happy in our business, what type of client makes us happy. Yes, there's a certain level of stress that comes in business, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we are enjoying the process and it's helping us push forward, because there's a joy that comes from it. And once we understand our personal branding and our ideal clients, it helps us to create the content around that. Whether your content is very informative and factual, or whether your content is more, dialogue and relaxed and storytelling, right? So once you identify those things, then you create the content around that represent your brand. And now the fifth part is email strategy, is email marketing, which is very, very important, I believe, in building your business. So it usually takes 6 to 10 touches to land a sale or to land a client. Sometimes we do it in 1, sometimes we do it in 20, but on average, 6 to 10 touches for us to get that sale. Now, it might be hard to do call campaigns 6 times to 10 times. It might be difficult that you're not sure that they're going to see your content on social media 6 to 10 times. So email marketing is very important to make sure that they're getting the information. So what you want to do is you ask your clients, especially as you're growing an email list, would it be okay for me to send you send you additional information about the industry, any little tidbits, any pieces of advice to your email, and keep you in the loop with what's going on? Yes, if they say yes, great. You add them to your email list, and then you start building out content that would again, not always trying to sell, because going back to going back to the going back to the point of relationship building, right? Not every piece is that you're trying to sell. You want to, again, provide value, because relationships are give and take. So in your email campaign, you want to make sure that you want to write content that, going back to what I said about your LinkedIn, write content that provides value, whether it is these 3 steps that you can use. These are 3 little pieces of advice that I have. Those comments, those content helps in providing value, in providing some knowledge to your audience. And then at the end of your email campaign, you always have a clear call to action. Do you want them to book a 30-minute call with you? Do you want them to send you back an email for more information? Do you want them to, go to your calendar, or do you want to send them to your website? Whatever the call to action is at the end of it, you want to make sure that each email content that you write has a call to action, and you want to be able to send these emails out as another way that they get a touch. So once they're reading it, they can be like, well, I didn't see this on her social media, but this is actually really good to know. Let me set up a call. Okay. And that's basically it. There are so many other strategies that you can try, but those are the 5 things that I feel work very well. It has worked for me. It has worked for other it has worked for me in my business. And I just feel like it's the easiest strategies to implement, and just get started no matter where you are in your business. And that's it. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Chantel, that was awesome. Thank you so much. What happened there? I mean, I know Chantel didn't do anything, and I didn't click her in. The system said, okay, we need to see Chantel for a while here.
Having her up here with me, so it was good. I liked it. It was good having company. I just like sweating.
Awesome.